welcome to the stage Jaimie Sarah.
Thank you so much. This is very exciting. This is actually what you said. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten your name. You? Leah? So Leah, what you said really kind of moved me because I had a son 15 months ago, and I was speaking before I had him, and I felt really confident. I was like, my body's like super hot. Even I was speaking a little bit when I was pregnant, and I was like, yeah, I'm like rocking this like big pregnant belly. And then when I started thinking about speaking after I had him, I started feeling all of this terror and fear and huge like inadequacy and not enoughness, which is such a bizarre thing that, having spoken to quite a few different mothers, lots of women have told me that they've experienced the same thing, and I think it's a really important thing to talk about openly. So what I want to talk to you about today is the fact that you are not your thoughts. And this is something that I have learned. I've been a coach for 4 years now, working with top performers all over the world. And what I realized quite early on in my practice is that even the people who appear to be the most shiny and sparkly on the outside actually also have experiences where they end up effectively being terrorized by their thoughts. Now, where the problem comes in is where we start to relate to our thoughts as facts, when we start to relate to our thoughts as like concrete evidence that's in front of us, like the light over there or the plant there. But the truth is that our thoughts are not facts, they're just thoughts. And so I want to talk to you about a couple of different ways that you can take control of your thoughts, and as a function of that, expand your business resilience. I also want to let you know that silly putty, this one is actually known as puff slime, is also a very effective tool for building and cultivating and renewing resilience. And especially if you're like me and you like to touch things while you're concentrating in the cleanest possible way. And sometimes in a less clean way. then yeah, it's a good fit. So there's a couple of different methods that I've sort of come up with after working with hundreds of leaders. And one of them is what I call the awareness method. And that is where you notice your thoughts, you become aware of your thoughts, you acknowledge that they exist, a bit like passengers in a car. Yeah, so you're aware, like, okay, there are these passengers in the car. Then you become aware that you've got this rogue passenger who's trying to take the steering wheel and hijack your car and drive it over the edge of a cliff. And you recognize that and you go, okay, well, let me stop the car. I'm going to stop the car and I'm going to put this passenger in its place, which is in the trunk or possibly over the edge of the cliff. And so there's a lot of power in just recognizing that detachment, recognizing, okay, here I am. I get to drive the car. I might choose to allow passengers in, but that is my choice. And if I want to put a passenger in the trunk because it's being badly behaved, I want to push it off the edge of a cliff, I'm perfectly entitled to do that. The other method that I found is really useful is the redirection method. And that is whereby you notice a thought, for example, thinking something like, I'm terrible at marketing, no one's ever going to buy from me, my business is going to go tits up, I'm not going to be able to feed my children. Now, sometimes our thoughts have a habit of going into a spiral, right? They get worse and worse and more catastrophic, and at the end of that spiral, inevitably, is like, we die. So we have this opportunity to look to, like, observe that spiral and go, I'm not going there. And then what we do is we come up with an equal and opposite positive thought. So for example, I'm amazing at marketing. I love marketing. Marketing loves me. I love to do marketing, and as a function of the amazing marketing I get to do, my ideal people come to me. Now, when you first do something like that, it can feel a bit awkward and a bit silly. But what happens is the more that you practice it, the more you become able to do it automatically without even trying. And that is an incredible tool. That's all I wanted to say, really.